Oh man, I'm excited, man. We got no other than Stargazer herself.
What's up, guys?
Ooh, and guess who done came through the back door? We got us a...
Yes, sir.
Oh, y'all heard that right. Special guest himself, Landlord.
Yes, sir. Hey, we creeping through the back door just like the trap action too. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's what I'm talking about, man. Fresh out of training camp, brother. So everybody, listen, this is a good surprise. I'm glad you done came through the back door, bro, because we gonna be talking about, is the Dallas Cowboys defense better? But you said you had some stuff on your mind that you was gonna talk about with Dak Prescott, so I want to hear that. Let's kick that off.
Hey, man, y'all already know I don't want to come off as the Dak Prescott defender, but I'm gonna tell you straight up, man, Dak is looking sharp, stellar out there. Like, out of all the throws I seen Dak make, he was behind on one throw, and then that throw even made, that was a Jalen Brooks pass, and he almost took it to the house. He still completed it. So, like, man, look, Dak is on another type of time right now, and I love it. He threaded the needle one time to Peyton Hendershot. When I tell you it was a seam throw, people don't give Dak enough credit. That he is one of the most deadliest seam throwers in football to me. Every time he I done seen Dak step up from the goal line and dot one in the seam perfectly. Like, that's what he do. Hendershot had a thread the needle seam ball and dropped it, man. Everybody was like, no. Like, it was just, bruh, Peyton Hendershot got to tighten up, man. He already behind the 8 ball. It's too much tight end talent out here.
Ooh.
It's too much.
Ooh, man, you already digging too hard into the sauce. Man, I'm so happy you here, bruh. You hear me? Because I
appreciate y'all.
We gonna lean on your eyes today, man. So as we still kind of got the countdown going and I'm doing that administrative stuff behind the scenes, give us a quick little update on training camp before we officially kick off the show.
Okay, well, like I said, I have to give Dak his credit. Dak is looking super sharp. Jalen Tolbert, I ain't gonna lie, like, y'all know I'm wide receiver, man. I wanted a wide receiver. I'm still standing on that hill. But I must admit, after seeing it with my eyes, I will say I can almost assure you that Tolbert and Brandon Cooks will be better. I just don't know how much better. I don't know how much better, but they will be better. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
That,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Don't play right now.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. And look, y'all know me. I'm critical. I'm super critical on Cooks. So
you are.
So this not even going. This not even going with my flow to even say this, but I gotta give an honest report. I'm impressed from what I've seen from Cooks. I'm impressed.
What?
I'm impressed.
You want answers? You can't handle the truth.
Man, I can't handle the truth right now, Star.
I'm impressed. But like,
Hey,
look. All I'm gonna say is I just gotta see it keep happening, keep going, man. I just want to see them get better. We know they gonna get better because it's year 2 under Mike McCarthy. We know that. That's my only gripe was how much better. That's the only thing that I'm concerned about. Yep. That's it. That's all.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, we getting there. I got a couple more things behind the scenes. I can't wait to kick off this show, bro. I'm serious too. Have you ever been excited to do a show?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, I was gonna go get to my Airbnb and just go crazy. But I said, man, let me hit up boss, because I know he probably got a show going right now. Let me give him a little bit of this energy right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me hit him with a little bit of this energy.
All right, man. The energy has officially started. The show is officially started. We got everybody in the building. Man, all right, so here we go. Let me change the vibe a little bit. You know I'm a vibe person. All right, so we got to get down to the nitty gritty, bro, that everybody talking about, that everybody want to talk about right now, and that's obviously Trevon Diggs. So I want to obviously get your thoughts on that, and then we gonna go around, and because we really are talking about today, and we gonna need your help. Is the Dallas Cowboys defense better?
Man, listen, I don't know, man. I'm sitting up here looking like I don't want y'all to think I'm just changing my tune, bro. But I gotta give you what I feel today. You know what I'm saying? After the practice, I gotta give it to you. And I'm gonna tell you straight up. I asked this question to Mark Holmes and Law Nation not too long ago. I asked them out of every room, and Craven Cowboy, shout out to her too. I asked them out of every room on this football team, which room had the biggest upgrade? Which room got the belt, like the most improvement out of everybody? And simultaneously, everybody said the linebacker room.
Oh.
Everybody. I'm talking about. I was thinking it. Law said it. Mark Holmes said it. Craven said it. Everybody said linebacker room immediately. So
you can't handle the truth.
Even though they didn't do what we wanted them to do, I think, man, listen, they ain't suited up yet. But I will say, I would be surprised if this linebacking core don't take another step. Like, we gonna be night and day on the second level compared to what we was last year. That's what it's looking like, in my opinion.
All right, hold on real quick. I gotta ask you a question. JB.
Shoot.
You say JB the Cowboy fan? You say no excuses for Dak, then can't blame the defense when he fails.
You just hoping the man fail.
Yeah, like
that's crazy.
Yeah, like how you go speak that on your quarterback like that? Like, I don't even know how that's real loyalty. I don't get it. And see, this is the main reason we doing this show. You know the main reason I want to do this show? Because of fans like that. Because it's everybody so used to blaming Dak. I'm going to put this in y'all face every day we talk about the defense. A fun fact, in 3 of Dak's playoff losses, the defense allowed 30 plus points. So for the people who want to talk mature, real, honest football, not blame game, not hit job because you still like Romo, or maybe because you're racist, or maybe because you're remedial. It's always one of the 3 R's. It's always one of the 3 R's. Either you racist, a Romo fan, or you just remedial in your football knowledge. Whichever one of the 3 R's you might be, or a blend of them, we gonna give you the facts. And the facts are...
I know we be talking football, boss, but you just need to tell them to tighten their helmet up. Not that kind of helmet, though. Go ahead.
What you mean? You got to explain that to me, bro.
That short bus helmet. Tell them to tighten their helmet strap up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the remedial. Right. Because real fans know to be focusing on the defense right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like you said, man, this is going to be real quick. Just like you said, when we went into last year, what was the strength of the team?
When we went into the defense.
So how is they not held accountable for their actions?
Yeah.
The offense was not expected to be anything.
Right.
We said, oh, Dak just got to hand the ball off. Dak just got to not throw interceptions.
Yeah. Clear point.
This offense, no. Think about what they said about Big Mike, bro. That's why I wish I'm gonna start being real petty on a lot of people, bro. I am, cause I'm sick of this. Like, don't nobody be held accountable for their bad takes. Cause a lot of people was dogging Mike McCarthy and his offense out. They said he was gonna be archaic. They said he ain't gonna be able to do nothing. Oh my God, what are we doing? This is terrible. Mike McCarthy sucked. Like, you heard everything. What Mike McCarthy do? Come out his first year with the team, being in control of the offense and do what? Number one offense, almost have an MVP quarterback.
Right.
And we ain't even got the roster to be up there like that.
Yeah.
If you look at our roster, bro, if we would have really, Yes, in year one, bro. We just talked about that with all them. Like, if we would have had the type of personnel that some of these other teams do with that, just imagine what he can accomplish.
Right.
But they won't buy in like that.
Yep.
They won't buy in like that for some reason.
Yeah, I guess it's just more comfortable hate on your own guy, man. It's literally amazing to see. But I ain't gonna let these weirdos get me off track. So we want to talk
True.
about Diggs today, bro. We go start with old Diggs, and I'm gonna ask this question: is the cornerback room better, Star?
I think based off what we've seen, I would say I don't know if I would necessarily say it's better, but I think that honestly, it is better because we're getting Trey back. We're getting Trey back, so I think it's better.
Hold on.
Trey was one of the first people.
Is this a healthy Trey?
This is not a.
See, it's a hard question. This is a real question. You see what I'm saying? Is the cornerback room better? Let's talk about it, because the last year cornerback room had Bland, it had Gilmore, right?
You had
the nickel
Bland,
was Jordan
Gilmore.
Lewis. Yeah.
Jordan Lewis coming back from injury.
Right.
And then behind there was nobody. So
okay.
No
so then this year is Bland going into year 3. That's better. Diggs.
We don't know, but we think if he returns back to form, we know it's gonna take
we
him
clearly
some time,
bet if he returned back. And then you got the rookie,
right? Kalen Carson.
Thank you, Kalen Carson. Right. Plus you got J. Lou, who not coming off injury.
Right. Plus you got J. Lou, and this Kalen Carson kid. I'm not gonna say he's better than Stephon Gilmore, because I feel like that'd be disingenuous just because this is a former defensive player of the year that you're comparing him to. But Kalen Carson, what he's been showing us is looking like we've got another steal in the draft, like we got Bland. Right. That's what it's looking like now. Now, of course, we got to see him in real live NFL reps, but I mean, his mirror ability is crazy. He knows how to track the ball. He's staying right in people's hip pockets. And he's a dog. And he, that tiff that he had with Brevin Spanford. Brevin Spanford is 6'8". And Kalen Carson, went straight at him. Like, he's not afraid. He's a very physical corner. Just like Bland, just like J. Lou. And even Diggs, like, people forget. I put out a video called Major Season just showing all, highlights and how Diggs has been training. And Diggs was being very physical in 2022 because people were talking that ish about him and saying he was soft, he ain't want to tackle. But there were some hits that Diggs put out there on people in 2022. I think one was like a game-saving one, if it was versus the Rams or the Bengals or whatever.
I was just about to say, yeah, he saved a couple games with his tackles. Yeah.
Yep, he saved a couple games. So when you look at Mike Zimmer's defense, how he likes to play his corners, press, very physical corners who basically shut down corners. So, and this is probably the most talented group he's worked with since Prime, in the 90s. So it's going to be very interesting to see what Mike Zimmer does with this secondary.
Yeah,
exactly.
So, landlord, is the cornerback room better?
First, I was trying not to jump in, but I want to ask: are you saying without Trey? Are you saying without Trey?
With Trey?
Because we had him for a couple of games. I'm talking about last year.
Without Trey, because we didn't finish
with Stephon Gilmore as the number one.
Because we didn't even have Trey. He went out doing training camp.
No, he went out before game 3.
He went out after like 2-3 games.
Oh, that's right. No, without Trey. Game. We saying without Trey. Yeah, without.
Okay, well, that's really tough. I'd say we got more depth, because now you gotta compare Stephon Gilmore to Trevon Diggs, and this is not a 100% healthy Diggs, and then you got Stephon Gilmore in an elder state. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know which one. I don't know who will really win that. I still side with Trey because that's my guy. And that might be just biasness, but I'm going to side with Trey. Okay, then you go to number 2. You got Bland. Bland was historic last year, but he
Historic.
had his flaws though. He
Yeah,
did have his flaws though,
yeah, he
and
got
you know what I'm
cooked.
saying. He had his flaws, bro. Like
He got
believe it or
cooked.
not, like he had his flaws. He
Yeah,
had a couple of games where you know they was on his head. So
yeah,
of
Redskins. I
course
mean, not
Seahawks game.
Commanders, Seahawks.
that
Yeah,
Seahawks game and that
The
Washington
Seahawks was
game,
real
the
bad.
game that he broke the record, people forget because it was so historic.
he got
But the
cooked.
game that he broke the record, he was getting smoked out there, man. He
Yeah,
was, and y'all know Duran, my guy,
yeah.
but he was just getting smoked, that guy. But
He
like,
was getting smoked.
we gotta remember. I forgot who that was that reminded me this. I can't remember. It was somebody I just did a show with, so forgive me. I will give you props. But they was like, bro, we forget that Duran just was in his second year. This dude is so phenomenal. Like, I don't even look at him as a second year player. Now he a third year player. I look at him as Duran Bland. That's how great he's played.
Yeah.
So I don't even put no
Yeah.
age or no timeline on him. So him in year 3, and then look, another fun fact, you know he never played in the inside corner, slot corner. He was not that guy. That's not who he was. Or no, it was either he never played slot or he never played boundary. Whatever he did last year, that was his first time doing it.
Yeah.
So he did
I'ma
that
go
on
ahead
the
and
fly.
say it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit premature, but I would say we better.
Caleb,
Okay.
Carson make us better.
I think
Carson make us better.
Yeah.
And from what I'm seeing, it looked like Bland took another step. He looked actually even faster to me.
And then Jordan Lewis, after second year after injury, he
Lewis
should
too.
be like Jordan Lewis really got like we don't give him enough credit. Like he played some good ball down the stretch.
Yeah,
he
down the
really
stretch,
did.
no
after
doubt.
after he got
yeah, he
comfortable,
did.
he played some good ball. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah,
facts.
and I think they said Bland and J. Lou finished 1 and 2 as top cornerbacks versus the run in the
I'm
league.
telling you.
So, like both of them, and I mean these just guys that make plays. J. Lou has always been that guy. You know, before I think it was in 2021, J. Lou was actually ranked higher than Jalen Ramsey as a slot corner.
Yeah.
People don't know that, but J. Lou is a pretty good slot corner. Like I would say he's top 10 slot corner in the league for sure.
He always been a good one. He reminds you of Orlando, don't it? A little bit. Orlando might have been a little bit better. What you think? Orlando Scandrick.
Better
say
than
J. Lou
J.
better.
Lou? Yeah, I agree.
Orlando had his time, bro.
I
Orlando
agree.
was hard
No,
for
I
a
was-
minute now.
no, I
For
was
real.
almost finna fight you, but then I was like, because at first I was like,
Oh, hell no.
nah, but then he right. Yeah, he right.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Because I did look at some clips, and this clip came from Patrick No C Walker. My eyes tell me that Diggs is still favoring his leg. That's what my eyes see, because a lot of people see where he made this play right here. Again, this is courtesy of Patrick No C Walker. All right. But the thing that I noticed is his turn. See, you supposed to turn super quick. That's called a speed turn. He turned extra slow. But the thing about him is that he still has straight line speed, because the acceleration to make that play is what he's known for. People forgot that Trey had the best game speed in the league when healthy. A lot of people didn't know that. He had faster game speed than Tyreek Hill. A lot of people don't know that. That's a fact. He clocked the fastest game speed in the league. So Trey a fool. But my eyes see him slightly favoring. Did you see anything like that?
I think it's gonna take him a few games to get all the way back up to speed. But like, you know, bro, I think the world of Trey. Like, I think he's the best corner in the league.
Me too.
I fight anybody, bro. I really do. Like, wholeheartedly. Cause I seen him play both ways. They say he couldn't do nothing but catch interceptions. Then the next year he came down and just locked down everything and had less interceptions. Then they started saying he don't get interceptions. Like they had to find something to say about Trey. He shut down everything the next year. So, like, bro, I've seen him be a lockdown. I've seen him be a ball hawk. Find me a better corner than Trevon Diggs, and I say you still didn't do it. I'm telling you, that's. I feel I stand on the table for Trey. I feel like he the best corner in the league. I've seen it.
And his body control is so good. The only thing I hate about this rep is he takes a double step to stop. But his pad level perfect, his speed control is perfect. It's hard to find another corner that just move with the fluidity.
And understand route combinations, and he can anticipate any type of route. Like, that dude different, man.
Ooh wee. All right, man.
And with the work he's been putting in with Mike Zimmer and Paul Gunther in the mornings, like they said, I think him and Micah are gonna be on just a totally different level.
So
did you say I got him on my shirt? Trey and Micah. Those the two right there. Those the two.
7-11.
Trey and Micah. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Since we talking about Trey and Micah, I got something in here with Trey and Mike. Hold on, where is that? Where I got that Trey and Mike at? If not, I can pull it up. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and pull it up. I don't challenge myself. Nah, let's talk about this first, and then we'll talk about that Trey and Mike.
Is saying the problem is no one has won a Super Bowl the way that Jerry Jones constructs a roster. Well, I don't care who you are or what you say. No one has done it. Philadelphia went to the Super Bowl because they made a lot of free agent pickups.
Right.
The Kansas City Chiefs have been winning Super Bowls
they went to
because
the Super Bowl because they made plays when they had to make plays.
You don't think Hassan Reddick having 19 and a half sacks off free agency mattered? You don't think that mattered, Teddy?
No,
you don't think it mattered that they went and got A.J. Brown?
Were made in the game.
If we're saying
the plays were made in the games,
saying that players are the reason that teams go to NFC championships and AFC championships and Super Bowls, you telling me Dallas has been better than the teams in the NFC that have went there? Because coincidentally, the teams in the NFC that have been to the Super Bowl, they make free agent moves. Trent Williams going to San Francisco put them over a hump.
Yeah.
It put them over a hump. See, Christian McCaffrey, after a team went to the Super Bowl, was traded to San Francisco for them to continue to try to go to the Super Bowl. Just give me one move that Dallas has made like that. Just name me one.
No.
We gonna get back to that defense, but man, my boy D.A. Lee put in a request, man. He been a day one. And this kind of lead to what we want to talk about, 2-star. So first of all, he said a couple of things and we go kind of really address this. First, does anybody that won a Super Bowl build a team like us? Second, do we need to really go heavy into free agency to win the Super Bowl? I'm going to start with you, Star.
Well, I would say, yeah. I think a team who drafts primarily and relies on their draft picks would be the Kansas City Chiefs. And how many Super Bowls they have won by now? Literally last year, their whole defense is when they won the Super Bowl in 2022, it was all their whole secondary was rookie draft picks, and they won the Super Bowl. They get back to the Super Bowl because those rookie draft picks got better. L'Jarius Sneed got better, and they carried them all the way up. Their best player on their defense is Chris Jones, who is a draft pick. Patrick Mahomes, draft pick. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see, and they didn't go crazy. I'm trying to think, what big free agent acquisition did the Chiefs pick up?
They didn't pick one up though. Yeah, I was about to say, just to add to what you were saying. Nah, they didn't, but just to add to what you were saying, they did get a lot of assets from a big trade though. So I don't know how y'all count that, but yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Let's stick to the topic of what he said: acquiring free agents to get us over the hump. Let's stay right there, because he made it seem like that's the way to go about it. And you making the point, Star, that Kansas City basically won it with the drafts picks.
Yeah, they basically wanted. I think they probably add in like a couple of free agent linebackers here and there every year. Just basically that Kansas City to me fill holes like we fill holes. But
They
they're
did.
all
Didn't they go get some free agent offensive linemen?
One
that's
year,
where
the
because
year
I
before
think
last, they did. Yeah.
They do switch out their tackles a lot, but their core is draft picks.
Yeah, their core is draft picks. I agree.
Their center and guards, which is like all pro guys, like those are draft picks, but they do switch out them tackles a lot.
So let me ask
They
you a
trade
question.
them like every 2 years.
I'm gonna ask you this question, landlord. Does any team build like Dallas? And can we win a Super Bowl with the way that we build? 2 questions.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think so, cause I feel like you really can't have too much better luck than what we have already. You know what I'm saying? You think that's just gonna keep happening? We done built a great team the way we do it, but it's just not enough though. You need a little extra seasoning on top. That's what I feel like. I feel like you need a little extra seasoning on top. So, like you said, we've built the team thanks to Will McClay, Steven Jones, or whoever you want to give a credit to. We've built a team that was great enough to be 12-5 3 years in a row. We did that. But it obviously takes a little more. You know what I'm saying? If you want to stay running up against this brick wall forever and don't get over the hump, that's your prerogative. Because I look at it like this, right? I'm saying if we good enough to be 12-5 the way we handle business, all you got to do is make 1 or 2 moves. You ain't got to go shift the whole league in free agency. Make 1 or 2 moves and we cooking with hot grease. Can't nobody see us in the way we build teams. Just imagine if we put 1 foot into free agency too, and now you make that duo be effective. Like, we wouldn't be stopped, bro. We would be incredible. That's what I'm telling you. Like, I feel like it takes both. It takes both. I don't think you should. And the reason I mentioned Kansas City, and it's gonna be quick. The reason I can't just say draft picks, because think about this, I had to add the trade in there because they wouldn't be in a position to draft those high players without the trade. So say for instance, if they didn't do the trade, right, they wouldn't be able to get all those good players they drafted. They would have been lower in the draft. So they would have been like us then. You see what I'm saying? They would have been trying to get nice 5th round picks, 3rd round picks. They would have been trying to feature those guys. But when they traded Tyreek Hill, they got a lot of good picks out of that deal. So now they use those good picks to build a defense. So it got to be a part of the equation. You see what I'm saying? Like, that trade helped them out tremendously. So it ain't just like they stood pat in their draft status and just was like, okay, we're going to draft this guy and it worked. We going to draft this guy and it worked. Nah, they had some great picks and those guys should have been good players. You know what I'm saying? When you drafting them that high, that's the only reason I attached the trade with that equation.
All right, my turn. Marcus Spears.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number 1 bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
Marcus Spears, chill out, man. Marcus, chill out. First of all, he right. No team build like us. No team is as aggressive as building through the draft like us. No, I agree with that. But the real question is it enough to win a Super Bowl? I say absolutely yes. And this is why. To me, it's not about the free agents, because he at the end he messed up. He really thought he was cooking and he wasn't. Hold on, let me play it again because he slipped. He thought he was saying something. And see, you dealing with me. You ain't see. I'm better than Teddy when it comes to the Cowboys. Hold on, let me play this. Hold on, I ain't gonna restart it. Let me just go and start it right here.
One move that Dallas has made like that. Just name me one.
No.
Okay.
Oh, see, you talking to him. If you was talking to me, I would have gave you 10. You hear me? See, because he act like we don't get no free agents. Was Amari Cooper a free agent? No. But what, you see what I'm saying? But was he drafted from? No.
He was an outsider.
Was Quinn?
Yeah.
Huh? Who gave us like 10, 11 sacks? Huh? Was he
Got him
drafted?
paid.
No. Was Cobb, who almost gave us 1,000 yards, was he drafted by the Cowboys? No. What about Poe? Yeah. What about Robert Griffin? Oh, we forgot about them boys. What about just last year, Stephon Gilmore? Oh, what about Brandon Cooks? See, you talking to me. See, I really know this team. You was talking to Teddy, who don't know this team. I know this team. Don't play with me.
It's made like that. Just name me one.
How many more you want? Because to me, it's not, and I'm just being real, it's not about the free agents and us getting them. It's how we treat them. That's the thing. It's how we treat them when they here. See, because Hankins was an outside free agent. But what do we always do? We favor our draft guys over those outside free agents. To me, it's about just treating them guys right when they here, and we could win the Super Bowl. Let me just say it like this. Remember, it was Stephen Jones who said we couldn't have kept Gallup if we would have paid Amari, if we'd have kept Amari, which means you favored your drafted guy over Amari. So you telling me in that next year's game where the defense put up some good defense, you telling me Amari would have made a difference if we would have just treated him right?
Yeah.
So,
but I gotta ask you this though, boss. I got to. I know you feel the way you said you feel like they got enough, they did enough. But at the same time, like I feel like it's obvious that certain positions that we just don't do well at. And I think everybody can call them out right now.
On what
position? We know what we don't do with defensive tackle. We don't draft defensive tackles that
Hankins
well.
wasn't well.
We didn't draft him, and we don't have him now.
I think
that's what I'm saying.
I think we draft well. I just think that
defensive tackles.
Yeah, I think we draft well, but I'm gonna tell you what I think we do wrong. We have instant expectations on them dudes. That's the word where we mess up.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's a part of the equation. We talking about ultimately the big picture. We talking about building a team, right?
Right.
So if we draft those players with expectations to be starters right now, that's not the way to go about it.
I agree.
So that's when free agency steps in. You need somebody right now. You need somebody ready today. And we don't do that. See, right now, that's why I say it's certain positions that I wouldn't even want to go address in the draft. Defensive tackle is one of them.
Me too.
I said totally this with Mozzie. I said this before we drafted Mozzie. You can go check my word. I said I don't want a defensive tackle in the draft. No, I need a grown man that, you know what I'm saying, got some things to play for. Yeah, I need somebody who already is familiar with dealing with this NFL strength and know exactly what he's doing. He coming to work every day with his lunch pail ready because he know he got a job to do. I need a guy like that, but you can't get that out of the draft, bro. It's super rare. And it's super rare that you get a plug and play guy like that. That's why I always say, regardless of the great job they did, because I would be a fool to act like the Cowboys ain't built a great team the way we do it. We got a great team. But we need more though. We still need those little. That's why I said add a little more seasoning. We need a defensive tackle right now.
Let me ask you a question. We had him, bro. We don't need him. We had him. We just treated him like a bastard.
I'm saying we don't have him now, though.
I know.
We don't have him now.
But the point is, like, do we team build? Right. I say, yeah, we get him in the building. That's my point.
We just don't handle them right. That's what you're saying.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Right. Yeah. We get if we would have if we would have just kept.
So last year, what linebacker we didn't treat right? You talking about Evans or somebody? We got him at the end though.
No, we got him at the beginning. He had
we got him at the end of the season.
No, not at the. No.
I think we got him like the last 6 games or something.
No, we got him before the trade deadline. For sure.
It was at the end.
No, cause no. Oh, it don't even matter. He just wasn't treated right. That's the point, though. That's the point. He wasn't treated right. You see what I'm saying?
I'll say this. I give you that. I don't believe he would have been that big of a difference, but I give you that. I give you that.
So this is where you don't have to give me nothing. You go feel me when I say it. Which one would you rather have? Bobby Wagner or LVE?
Bobby.
Because they was for about the same price. But who did we go with? Our guy.
LVE.
Who led the team in tackles again? The league. I don't mean team, sorry. The league. Bobby Wagner. And what happened to us? Green Bay.
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about that no more. That shit is devastating.
I think last year we just had glaring holes like that in the linebacker area, and we tried to fix it. I will give credit to Steve and Jerry. They tried to get Shaq Leonard in here. Now, it turns out he went to Philly. He wasn't that good, but they attempted to get a former All-Pro to come in here and help stop the bleeding. They did go and get Evans to come in and help stop the bleeding. I think he was a former first-round pick. Now, did he stop the bleeding? No. But I also think that a big part of the issue with the linebackers as well is they weren't coached. Ooh. They weren't taught last year. If you listen to every single linebacker keeps saying, "Oh, I just love Zimmer Paul so much." They keep
never say
us
Scott.
Everything. Yeah, they only bring up Zimmer and Paul, and they say, "Oh, I love him because Zimmer teaches us so much. He shows us everything on the defense. We know exactly what's going on." Like I put it on Twitter. I said Dan Quinn was not teaching these guys. He was wearing backwards hats. He was wearing Jordans. He was laughing. He was giving us soliloquies at every press conference and saying, "Let's get it rocking" and all that great stuff. But when it came to
hold on, Star. She said he was wearing his hat backwards and wearing Jordans. That ain't gonna get it, Star said. That ain't gonna get it. You gotta tighten up, buddy.
You had to look, you nerd.
It didn't get it. It's just like the linebackers, Damone said it himself, like we didn't know what was going on. We had no leadership. And Dan Quinn didn't start working with the linebackers till like late 2 weeks before playoffs.
Yes, you not lying. You are telling the truth.
Because now we look at the same personnel. Now we didn't have to Overshown because he got hurt. But you look at Damone Clark. Look at Damone Clark, how he's playing in training camp. And then look at him under Dan Quinn. Under Dan Quinn, he had people like Okoye saying he is talentless and get him off our team. Yeah. That's what how Damone Clark looked under Dan Quinn's scheme. Yeah. But now you put him under Mike Zimmer's scheme. He's processing. He's blowing. He's hitting the holes.
He's downhill.
I'm saying he's running downhill. So just like look at the difference of these players. It's the same personnel, but they look totally different because good coaching matters.
Oh man, so
facts.
you pulled us back on point. Thank you. You pulled us back on point. So I'm gonna play this because a couple of things. I'm gonna play this. And we gonna talk about this because we now back on the defense belt. I just wanted to address that for the homie DA Lee. That's a real OG to the community.
Salute.
Mike, one thing you said you wanted to get guys to understand what they're doing, but Micah said something that really has impressed him most about you is you always explain why, why you want them to do what they're doing. Where did that kind of philosophy come in for you and the way of coaching and how have you seen the results of that?
Well, I think that's part of when we meet as a group, I try to explain how this person is doing this affects somebody else and so on and so forth. And so, it's important for me that the defensive line just doesn't know pass rush. They need to be able to know what the linebackers are doing. And I used to, a lot of time, I haven't done it yet this year, but I'd ask the defensive end, what's the corner do in cover 2? What's the safety do? What's his vision spot? I want them to know the game of football, not just their position, because I think so many guys learn their spot and and they kind of get tunnel vision. But I'm trying to get them to open up where it can help them be a better football player. If we're overloaded on the one side and the offense is checking away from some pressure over there, they know that, hey, the run's probably coming to me now if I'm away from them. So I just try to tell them that, I don't know. That's just what I do.
Preach. Is he lying? Is he lying?
Man.
Let me ask a question. Is he lying?
Oh, hell no.
Just about breakfast with Zimmer and all that. Can you take us inside? Like, you get literally at the table? Are you in a meeting room?
We're in the meeting room. We're in the trailer. As soon as team meeting break, me, Zim, Paul, Trey, we eating breakfast, going through. I mean, I would say, a big difference is I'm not just learning the defense. They got me learning just understanding defense as a whole, understanding protection plans, understanding why the slide's going to be under here, where's my rear opportunity going to be at, why they're going to ID the mic, why they're bringing down the safety, and why it changes to the mic, and why they might slide to that side instead of our side, and why the blitz is coming this way. So I would just say they're increasing my football intelligence, like not even just about the system, just I believe like one day they're putting me in position to coach or something, because every day's different. It's never just about, we go through defense stuff, but we go through the X's and O's of why this happens, why we don't call this, why we roll the coverage, who we want to take out of the coverage. So, I'm not just learning, the D-line stuff for the front. I'm learning the back ends, the corners, the safeties, why we want to show this way, why we want to send the pressure over this way because the safety wrote it. It's interesting, and it's perspective I never had before.
I get pissed when I watch that. Let me turn this to you, landlord. You know why I get pissed? Because of the one coach, people was questioning that man's IQ. Because I ain't forgot in the offseason it was rumors freely going around. Michael don't like the classroom. I remember hearing that. Did that sound like he don't like the classroom?
Nah, it sound like he didn't like the teaching. That's what it sounds like.
Go, Lem.
And y'all know I don't listen, one thing about me, your people know, my people know. I don't spell Michael Parsons. I tell the truth what I feel about Michael.
You do.
And I'm gonna be real. I say this. Michael seems like, I talked to him today. Michael seems like he's really buying in. And I love the fact that he said, Zimmer said he's teaching the whole picture, bro. And it makes so much sense. This is a scenario I paint out for y'all. If I told Boss Cowboy, hey, bro, I need you to pick me up at 7 o'clock. And I ain't tell him why. Okay? And he don't pick me up at 7 o'clock. But if I would have told him, bro, if you don't pick me up, I'm going to be stranded and I won't have no way home. Ever. I'm done. I'm through.
Ever.
You know what I'm saying? If he was like, it's no other transportation in the world. If I would have told him all of that, it would have been more accountability on that. You see what I'm saying? But if I just said pick me up at 7, he might be like, well, he might have found another rider. He cool, he good. I hit him up later and tell him I couldn't make it. But if you put that importance on it of the why, now listen, if you're a linebacker, if I tell you exactly what the safety finna do, you know how important your job is. Because if you're not where you should be, you gonna mess up what they can do. Now the whole play is messed up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you putting way more accountability on what you supposed to do. He's basically holding you accountable. Look, I hope they don't understand. I hope they don't miss that. He's just holding you accountable. He's telling you like, hey, you need to be here at this point in time, right here. And if you're not, you're going to mess up this guy, you're going to mess up this guy, you're going to mess up this guy. And guess what the conclusion going to be? You messed up the play, sir. You did. That's accountability right there.
You did.
It won't be no mistake about it. You messed up the play.
You did. Let me jump in and then I'm going to pass this to Star because I definitely want to hear from Star on this. This, what he said, the why I know is true from playing, right? And so let me give y'all experiences. Obviously, I've been playing cover 2 as a cornerback my whole life. Obviously, I was the person that's supposed to take care of the flats, right? Secure the flats. Don't let the number 1 receiver outside me. But sometimes I would, landlord. Sometimes I would. And guess what? I wouldn't care too much. But then when I went to college, Coach Bartell explained to me why I can't let them outside me in cover 2. I need to funnel them inside. He explained it to me. He said, this is why. The safety behind you is playing half the field. So if you let that guy outside you, you are stretching him. So if that quarterback throws vertically to the outright receiver, your safety won't be able to make the play unless he's Dion. So you have to funnel him inside. Me understanding why made it a mission now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It made it a mission, like I ain't letting this dude, because I'm not letting him down. Because he taking half the field. Understanding why changed me. For real. It changed my whole game. Like, even if they didn't throw to me or throw over there, if I let that dude outside, I felt bad. Like, damn. Like, I stretched my boy out. You know what I'm saying? You know, so now Zimmer is low-key genius. What's your thoughts, Star?
Yeah, and I'm glad you put that clip out, because I was going to break down that Michael Parsons interview, but I'm glad we could just talk about it now. Like, I think what Mike Zimmer is doing, like you guys said, piggybacking on what y'all saying, is he's actually telling these guys what to do, but he's telling them the why. And I think when we faced Green Bay last year, our defense looked totally confused.
Yep.
They looked like they had no clue at all. You could see them looking at each other, throwing their hands up like, what is going on? What are we supposed to do? And it's like, that's why there was a downward spiral. They didn't have enough information.
Right.
Sometimes you can't make the right decisions if you don't have enough information. And so what Zimmer is trying to do is he is literally teaching, like, these kids, like Micah said, I never had that perspective before. Like, he's basically opening up, you know, like a song on Aladdin, A Whole New World. He's opening up their eyes to a whole new world, because they like, he is blowing their mind, because they like have no coach we've ever had sat down and tell us, okay, this is what the defensive tackle's doing. If you don't do this and this, and I feel like, you know what? I feel like that's making the defense, that's gonna make them stronger.
Yep.
Because now I know I've got to do my job for my brother, because if I don't do my job, this whole play is null and void.
Big time in the house. What's up?
Shout out to him.
I love Big Time Show.
Can I add one more thing to it? Because he said something about the defense getting better. That why is gonna help us out tremendously when you think about it. Because we all know that Zim been rolling coverage. He been doing a lot of different exotic looks. He been disguising. You can't do all that stuff if everybody don't know what they supposed to do.
Right.
Think about it. That's why Dan Quinn base was basically all you ever seen. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was in base defense the whole Green Bay game.
Cover 3, cover 1. Yep.
His like, you know what I'm saying, his magic trick is bringing a safety down. That's all he got. so look, Zim is doing all kind of exotic stuff, and the only way you can do that, how you think you can roll a safety down, pull a corner over, if they don't know their jobs and they don't know what the safety job is? That's the only way you can pull that off, if everybody is on one accord. That's why, because like soon as the ball snap, that safety know I got to get back to my spot, because this guy got to do what he got to do. This linebacker like, oh, I gotta shuffle over the hill because this my area, even though I was over here. You see what I'm saying? You can't disguise coverages or packages without everybody knowing the whole picture. So this why we better, D.A. Lee, and shout out to you. This why we better, because now we got this ball hawkish defense and these talented players on defense. All these guys is finna be disguised too.
Oh my
God.
Oh my.
You mean to tell me you don't even know what Trey finna go?
Oh my.
You don't even know what Michael finna line up at?
Hey.
And I got one more, and I'm gonna let you have it.
All right.
I gotta ask the nation this question, boss. I got to. I ain't saying this is for certain, but y'all know I give Michael a hard time. But I'm gonna be with him. I'm gonna stand on the table for him if this is the case this year. Micah might. This my opinion. If Zim moving Micah around and he disguised and he playing more off ball, sacks might suffer. But if I get a more effective Micah Parsons, sir, y'all better not say nothing about Micah. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, he only got 5 sacks, he got 10 sacks. If I see Micah Parsons going crazy all over the field, sideline to sideline, putting pressure over here, putting pressure over there, stuff and run stuff right here, run stuff right there. If I see him doing all that, I don't care what his numbers is. That means he made our defense way better. And I think that's the way he finna play him. Real talk. Don't come to me about no sack numbers. If you ain't watching film and you see Micah going crazy all over the field, give me that part. I don't care about no sack numbers like that. If Micah Parsons, we use him like that missile that we wanted, that we thought about, because DQ got lazy. He stopped moving the man at all. Micah didn't do nothing. Every play he lining up at defensive end. So if you can get that sauce and that excitement of moving Micah around like we thought we was gonna get, and he be effective and he buying into it, man, we gotta, us as a nation, for the betterment of the Cowboys, we gotta support Micah and say screw them sacks because we got a much better player.
That ain't gonna happen, but we'll be on the right side of it. You know, Cowboy Nation easily manipulated, you know.
You know, we'll be like, oh, he only got 8 sacks this year. Yeah, they'll be on Micah top.
Cowboy Nation is easily manipulated.
The media, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got a couple of more topics that's encouraging about the defense. That's super encouraging about the defense. This one, check this out.
2 things to finish up. You worked out 4 guys today. What are you looking for at defense, man?
Well, really someone, Sam Williams was a big loss. We anticipated him being, 70% of the time. We anticipated him being, 70% of the time. Williams was a big loss. We anticipated him being, 70% of the time playing. So we're looking for some more depth at end, really, at the end of the day.
Does the loss of Sam Williams alter the plan that Zimmer has for you in any way, or does your plan stay the same and it's just a matter of getting guys like Marshawn, Kneeland, and some other guys to kind of step up?
Yeah, I think it's more, it doesn't change my plan at all, but it needs, Marshawn has to step up and, more young guys or whoever we bring in. And it may mean I have to do more. The loss of Sam was so huge. That's really like my brother, and it really hurts. So, those times where I might get a break or that substitution, I might have to stay on for a couple more plays and things like that, depending on situations and things like that. So it really ramps up what conditioning and what phase we have to be in for these games. And, I put more on D-Law also, year 11 vet, and there's no more like, we don't have a DA or a Dante Fowler anymore. And, losing those crucial role pieces at this point in the season so early on really hurts, and it's going to provide more for him to step up too.
Let's talk about this. See, because I'm going to tell you why that 70% stood out. Because if you look at what he was saying, what he was going to be doing with Sam Williams, Dan Quinn was not doing that. What it says is Zimmer has a plan to try to beat you with better playmakers versus Dan had a plan to beat you with freshness. You see the key difference? See, because I had a snaps right here. You can name anybody except for Micah Parsons. Nobody was even close to 70%. You see what I'm saying? Just name somebody real quick. So this DeMarcus Lawrence, for the year, he was 57%. So let's look up Armstrong. Dorrance. There he is. 42%. Sam Williams. Let me look at Sam Williams from last year. 28%.
28%.
Let me look up. Let me look up Fowler from last year.
He about at 30 or something.
25%.
Yeah. So basically, you could tell they cleared the slate for Sam Williams.
Right, and it also says Zimmer has a different philosophy. It's almost like the opposite of. It's almost like Kelly Moore in reverse, where Dan Quinn wanted to beat you with his system, versus Mike McCarthy want to beat you with stars. Zimmer want to beat you with stars. You see what I'm saying? He want to keep them boys on the field. That's big. That's why I believe this defense is gonna be better. Yeah, it's a reliance on playmaking versus volume.
Yeah, I agree. Who you think will be the substitute for that 70%? I got my ideas.
Kneeland.
You think they're gonna give him the whole 7 out the gate?
Yep. If he can show that he can handle it, they gonna give it to him.
I think they.
I don't know. I'm thinking it might be a combination, because I think we seen Overshawn rush off the edge in Texas. They might unlock a little bit of that, especially with him mugging the A gaps. They can put, you know what I'm saying? They can manipulate him. They can have Dono coming down sometimes. I think do you think we at a point where we might have to manufacture some pressure now?
I think we got enough playmakers to make the pressure. I think we got some.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Micah is pressure by himself. Sam would have been pressure by himself.
Let me tell you who go off under this new theory. Osa.
Go ahead.
Osa. Because Osa already got crazy. Amp done blessed me like with $100 in super chats. I'm finna stop the show, bro. Jesus.
Wow.
This dude doesn't
shout out
$100 worth of. And we got to stop in just a second and take these. But this boy done
man, shout out to Amp.
And then Amp keep dropping more and more. Like shut up and take my super chat. This boy done dropped 5, then he dropped 10, then he dropped 15. Now he done dropped 20. Hey,
I don't know what's going on. I can't see what's going on my channel, man. But if y'all did give, I appreciate you. If you didn't, I still appreciate you for tuning in. So
you done turned your phone to the side, just letting you know, landlord. All right, we good. But I think that's gonna be big. I don't think a lot of people was anticipating that. That's why so many people were so down on us losing those edges. We lost Fowler, we lost Armstrong, and we didn't replace him. And then go look at Kansas City. Kansas City leave their best players on the field.
I gotta ask you one thing about that before we move on.
Yeah.
I've been pushing for Ghostin to be back at his original position. We seen how he played defensive end at Iowa. He was a strong guy. He knew how to set the edge. He knew how to play the run. Also was Chancellor was like that at Iowa, for real. He was a super strong player. I liked him coming out. But ever since he been in Dallas, we put him in another position. I think this is a great time to give him some defensive end reps, and they started to do it. I kind of predicted it before they did it. So now they're giving him defensive end reps. I ain't gonna lie. I said I'm not gonna say he a Pro Bowler out the gate, but I'm gonna say this. You gonna notice 99 more than you ever been before.
Yeah.
If they give him defensive end reps, Chauncey gonna be a damn good defensive end. Now I ain't gonna say he gonna be an all-pro, but he gonna be a much better defensive end than he was a defensive tackle. I'll say that.
And see, go ahead, Star. I know you had to jump in on that because I keep talking.
No, I'm gonna go. Just thinking, laugh. Well, honestly, you showing the snaps just made me so mad and just made me laugh because I already had started calling Dan Quinn last season Dan Moore because I said he is the Kellen Moore of the defense. And
that's terrible.
You want to try to beat people with your scheme. This man made us draft Sam Williams and then only had him on the field 28% of the time. It's like, what are you doing? Like, it came to a point with Dan Quinn where we were just constantly questioning, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Why are DTs stunting out of the middle at the goal line? Why is Donovan Wilson at the goal line when we need bigger bodies to stop stop the run. It's just so much crazy stuff that Dan Quinn did that it's like it is night and day. It's night and day. And this is why we're gonna be better. Boss, I saw your clip that you showed of Nate Newton where he said that Mike Zimmer is the number 1 draft pick.
Yeah.
That we added to this year.
Yep.
And it's like I couldn't agree more because it's like we're finally getting away from this scheme that Dan Quinn was just so obsessed with. And I admit we didn't get him Bobby Wagner, so I give him that. But at the same time, as Landlord said, like you just didn't really utilize players to their strength. And I always come back to Dan Quinn. Who did you really develop your whole time that you was here? It's like the defense was just riding on their own talents, but you wasn't really making nobody better. You actually, Micah, who should be unequivocally the best defensive player in the league, now his peers are saying he's ranked 16. You know, he's all right. You know, they gave him second year, second all pro because you made your players just look like, are y'all really that good? Maybe not. Maybe y'all are falling off. And I think, like Landlord said, like you said about all of these players, they've all said they're extremely
Exactly. Why was LVE playing edge?
It just was crazy.
Makes no sense.
That Dan Quinn was doing. But it's like, I think Zimmer's going to actually play these players to their strength. That's why I think that they were super excited to play for Zimmer because they're like, it's like a breath of everybody is saying it. Jay Lou was saying, everybody is like, yeah, I'm really excited for this scheme he got because they're like, I can return back to what made me a good player because Dan Quinn had us out here looking crazy. That's all I would say. Like, he had us out there looking crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
I got a couple of more, man, and then let me get to these super chats real quick, man. That boy Epta blessed me so hard. But then let me ask another question. Why was Neville Gallimore at the wide 9? See, I thought he was playing when he said, when we got Bell, I looked at him and said, I can see him as a linebacker.
That's a linebacker.
I was like, I thought he was playing. I was like,
oh, hell no.
He playing. He was serious. He was dead serious. Oh, there you go.
He didn't develop our young guys. I mean, you let Ridgeway go. Had Quentin Bohanna looking like Mozzie. Like, what is going on? Like, I just don't know what Dan Quinn was doing. That's all I can say. Like, I don't know, but he
I know what he was doing. He was living off turnovers. That's all I wanted to say. Go ahead.
Y'all loaded this up on the super chat, so we got to get these super chats real quick caught up. I would also say make sure you support Stargazer with the super chats and the homie Landlord. And let me say something else real quick. Especially Landlord. The fact that he is allowing us to borrow his eyes right now, that's a big deal. That this man is in training camp, hanging out in the car just to feed the nation content of what he is seeing. He might not be able to address your super chats because he's using his phone to do the show right now, but bless him anyway. Show my boy some love, man, all the way out there in Oxnard. Did a last minute show with us just to give us the scoop and the skinny of what's going on out there, man. So y'all bless him.
Hey, boss, let me take this time, man. I gotta give a shout out to the big homie Law, man. Cause Law looked out today. He really did. He didn't have to, but he did. So hey, I just want to show y'all we out here putting in major work. This is the exclusivity, you know what I'm saying, that we had today. You see that? Players and coaches guests. That's what we was. So we right up by everybody. So shout out to Big Law, man, for the exclusivity he lent out to you, boy. So man, we got a lot of, I'm talking about, man, if you name a player, we talked to him today. Like it'll be better if you just name the players that we didn't talk to.
Ooh.
It'll be easier. Like, it's so many people that I interviewed and asked questions. I talked to Coach Jeff, Al Harris. We've been talking to everybody. So, like, I don't even know how many people that's in my phone right now. I got to go through the footage. We literally talked to almost every player you can name. I got the footage of it.
I gotta say something else about Law before we take these super chats. I call Law.
Shout out to the big homie Law, man.
I called Law early this morning, just to thank him. Just like, bro, that blue and white, you real. And see, it ain't nobody in this space like Law. Law is just different, period. You know?
Yeah.
Anybody else that had 100,000 followers would be uppity, snooty, acting like they don't know you and all that kind of stuff. When they get to the top, they pull a ladder up. They never network with you. They ain't gonna never share resources with you. Not Law. Not Law. Law is the total opposite of the bouginess that we usually see from people that's starting to seem like they making their way. Yeah.
Law ain't no gatekeeper, man. He kicking the doors down. He said, "Hey, come on in, y'all. Come on in,
bro. He
That's
really
what's up,
is
man.
special, bro. Like,
he's special, and he stays true to himself. He's not going Hollywood mainstream. Law still say whatever the hell he want to say.
Yeah.
That's why I love. That's why I love Law.
I
like,
love
as big as
Law,
Law
man.
is, like, he could really go corporate law and
I
can't say that. I can't do that. I can't go here. I can't talk to this person.
Man.
But Law never does that. That's why I love Law.
No, love Law.
Salute, man.
Nah, man, you good dude. Yeah, and Ty, I said the same thing. This is what Ty said that we gonna take these super chats. I tell Law this all the time. Ain't too many folks like that in the world.
True.
Yeah.
Like Law, the biggest of us, but when he's amongst us, he don't act like it. You notice that? Law, the biggest, like, ain't nobody gonna be recognized. None of us faster than Law. None of us. Right? I done been out with Law many times. Man, you can't go down the street. You can be in the worst part of any hood and somebody gonna say, I know that dude every time. And he humble. He go, hey, how you doing, man? Nothing but the best. Take a photo with you. So anyway, man, he deserved that shout out, man. Law good dude, man. My boy say Law is the GOAT. Law is the GOAT. And I mean it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It was a little moment for me today, man, because like I told y'all, I've been following this space from the beginning. Like I went making a name for myself and that back then. I was just a normal fan like y'all. So I seen the origins of Shango and Mark Holmes and Law Nation. And here I am just chilling with Mark Holmes and Law Nation. Like that's 200,000 plus subs right there. And I got my little I got my little 6,000 right here. But I'm in the building though. You know what I'm saying? So that was a moment for me, man. I've been watching them fellas for a long time. So I'm like, that's what's up, man. I'm sitting right here with them and we doing content together. So that was great, man. That was a humbling show right there for me.
All right, let me get to these super chats because I know that boy Amp gonna go crazy on me, man. Look how many of these finna be Amp. That boy say, with linebacker being the new strength, y'all think we should see more 3-4 this year? No. We gonna see 4-3. I'm gonna prove it to you later though. We gonna see 4-3 this year. Yeah. I bet $1 million. And then he said the real question is politics. Will the front office actually get some shoes, boss? I think so.
Yeah.
I think they go get some shoes. I think they go get some shoes because I think everybody is focused on it. So what we don't want to fall for, in my opinion, even if Mozzie end up playing decent in preseason, we still need shoes in the interior. Because what if something happened to Mozzie? So I think all eyes is gonna be on DT this year. I think it's gonna be a massive amount of film sessions after the first preseason game. Everybody is locked in on it, for real. So I think it's gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen early, but it's gonna happen. And then I'ma also say this: we might not even need it. I've been thinking about that because go think about the days of when we had Rod Marinelli. What DT that we have that was on Mozzie's left?
Papa Rod was just different, bro. It was different, bro.
You feel me though?
Man, I wish I was watching film back then, because I remember people evaluating that film, man. The whole defense be pursuing the ball. Like, them boys knew their job, they knew their role, and they took it serious. If you can get a talent, and that defense wasn't even talented like that. If you get a talented defense to play like that,
that's what
watch
I'm
out.
saying. So, like, if you think about what we had under Rod, we still got more now than what we had under Rod. Like, for real.
That's true.
For sure.
It just depends on how Mozzie plays and how long can he play. Because if
that scheme can cover up a lot of stuff too. So I'm with you. I ain't gonna fight you on that.
Yeah.
The scheme can cover up a lot of stuff. It depends on how they use the talent, though. It really do.
Smoke one for you in the house, man. Smoke one for you be doing the most work in the nation, man. I don't know nobody that do research like smoke one for you. My boy say, boss, long time, we ready, scary, sir, salute. Yeah, that's the OG. Smoke one for you. All right, we got 4 more super chats. All these from Amp, man. My boy Amp dropped 20 on this. He said, this year we will find out that Dan Quinn was low key to Kelly Moore the defense.
Star said it. Hey, start calling that.
Star Moore.
I've been saying that since last year.
Yeah,
start calling that.
I just start seeing it now.
Not people know Dan Moore.
Dairy Queen is crazy.
I just start seeing it, and the snaps is what's giving it away.
Yeah, like that's bad. 28%,
28%, and taking Micah off the field. And see, because I remember Jesse Holly was saying, I remember he was talking about with that Micah's the most selfish, when he was talking about that Micah didn't like when they was calling stunts for people outside of him. And I was like, why was they calling stunts for people outside of him? Right? You know what I mean? Like, Dan Quinn, what was you doing? I don't think that's selfish. I think that's more so like, bruh, I'm the best pass rusher here. Why are you stunting Neville? You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck you doing?
They using him as bait.
Yeah, man. So anyway, let me get to my partner super chats on this. And he said, then we got 2 more. He said, and then we go take these last time. He said, how many teams have won a Super Bowl since 2000 that had less talent than us? I would say some couple of teams, for real. Because the Dallas Cowboys, to me, been having the most talent in the league for the last 3 years. To me. I don't think no team was
That's
stacked.
a hard question. I got to look at them teams out.
San Fran probably the only team that was close to us on talent. That's it.
Yeah.
The last 3 years, ain't no team had talent like us the last 3 years. If you add up,
that's kind of hard for me, boss. Cause like I feel what you saying. I ain't saying you wrong. I'm just saying like us having talent and us using talent is 2 different things. Cause we got talented people who should be playing probably.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But if we talking about an overall talent, we got some talent on this thing.
Now you're right. Using it is different than having it. But I'm just saying we've been having it. Man, I sure appreciate y'all showing these love on these super chats, man. My boy Smoke one for you with another. He said, tell landlord Micah a missile and star. I'll be seeing her all day. Yes, sir. Y'all see that O-line cave in. Wow. Already, big dog. All right, so let me get to these next super chats real quick with my boy Smoke one for you. He said, how many teams I read that? This is the last one from my boy L. He said, since 2000, we had 4, maybe 5 teams that had enough to win it all. I agree. Boy, we got to treat the bastards better. That's the super chat of the day right there. That's it.
Man, look, boss, we had a conversation about that type of the teams that could have won a Super Bowl. And I know y'all going to be mad, but I promise you, when Mike McCarthy first came in here, bro, if we would have gave him the ring, the keys to that Ferrari, we would have won a Super Bowl, bro. Cause look what he did this first year. Look what he did this first year. We would have got Mike McCarthy fresh out the barn, boss.
Wait. I gotta do this on what you just said.
That's that mismanagement, man. Like you said, bro. Mike McCarthy was a bastard, basically.
Yeah.
He was a bastard.
Can you say that one more time? Can you say that one more time, bro?
think about this, if we would have gave Mike McCarthy the keys to the offense year one, look at the talent that we had, y'all. We had Amari Cooper, we had CeeDee Lamb, we had Michael Gallup playing good football. Then we had Cedric Wilson. We had a whole slew of wide receivers. We had Zeke and Tony. Man, we would have went crazy. But
2021,
the mismanagement of this football team from the front office stole that away from us. So Mike McCarthy had to manipulate. He had to get them enough rope so they can, they self. He just sat back and said, hold on. Just like a boss do, though. A boss ain't got to talk that much. Mike just said, okay, I'm going to sit back and watch it. You don't want to listen to me, Jerry? You're going to have to see it for yourself. Mike sat back and let it happen. And then guess what? He said, oh, you ready to listen to me now, Jerry? All right, watch this. Watch what I do year one. That's what he did. Now, if we just imagine what Mike McCarthy just did. Hold on 1 second. Just imagine what Mike McCarthy just did with this offense, right? And add Amari Cooper, a younger, fresher Zeke, and Tony Pollard on his team.
A healthy Gallup.
A healthy
Gallup. Man, that boy Mike would have went ballistic, boss.
Man.
Oh my life. I stand on that. Mike McCarthy would have went off. Then he was fresh out the barn. That man was cooking for a whole year. That man was cooking for a whole year in a barn in the dark. You know what I'm saying? He probably was just in there eating and making plays. That's all he was doing. This man was in a barn in the middle of nowhere. Y'all took that as y'all thought he was playing games. Y'all up there like, oh, don't nobody want Mike McCarthy. Though he been in the barn, he been out. Man, Mike was over there being diabolical with these plays. That man knew exactly what he was finna do. Just imagine that we would have got him fresh off the press with that offense. Man, he would have went crazy, man. We fumbled the Super Bowl, boss.
And then on top of that, we punishing him now for what they did. They got him on a 1-year contract, and they the ones who put Kelly Moore on him, bro.
Am said I'm gonna cry in the car. Man, look, we fumbled that. Let me know what the crowd think. I want to know what the people think. Like, I can't see. Do y'all think what I just put out there? I feel like that was a Super Bowl team, bro. We just didn't give Mike the keys, bro.
We had 2 easily, bro. See, I'm gonna tell you another one that we had that they fumbled in San Fran. Remember that D held them to under 20?
Yep. That would have been. We would have beat San Francisco. We would have beat them.
Yeah, we had
Kellen couldn't do nothing.
Right.
We was treating Amari, but look how Mike McCarthy ran his offense, boss. Y'all making me mad, man. I'm finna have to go, bro. I gotta leave. Man, look, man. Think about this, bro. Look at how Mike McCarthy used this offense. They robbed us of seeing Mike McCarthy use Amari Cooper, y'all. We never spammed Cooper. We could have been spamming Cooper and Lamb. We could have been going crazy. We never spammed Cooper from the day he was a Cowboy. We never did that.
Literally never spammed Cooper, bro. We never spammed him.
You remember what I told you, boss, when I said,
hold on.
Go ahead.
Explain spam. You gotta explain it so people might not know what you're talking
about. Spam, I came up with I coined the term spam CeeDee Lamb, and it magically happened. I put it out there in the universe. I ain't saying they listen to me, but it happened like a week later, and it was wonderful for the whole offense. That's all I'm gonna say. But when I say spam a player, that just means you ever played your little brother on the game? Your little brother say, like, you play your little brother on the game like Mortal Kombat or something. He don't know no moves by heart, but he just over there just pressing all the buttons. He's spamming the buttons. He just hitting the buttons, and he giving you that work. That's what spam means. You just constantly hitting that button, throwing the ball to that receiver. Feeding them. We never seen Amari Cooper get treated the way he should have been treated. And Mike McCarthy would have did that day one. He told you he had a play sheet for his good players. He told you that. Y'all thought he was playing. I remember, look, boss, I'm telling you, bro, this is what makes me mad, because I was one of the only people on the front line saying Mike like that. people up there talking about, oh, he archaic. I remember these people. They telling me I'm crazy.
You know I was
they telling me the offense was trash.
Man,
they telling me the offense was trash.
Man, I did like 50 shows on this. What you mean?
Man,
we was back to back fighting. You calling the turn Mike Soprano. I was over here killing Kelly Moore. I was calling that dude untrainable down.
Yeah, you had him on a leash. I'm just saying, like, bro, if they would have gave that man the way he's supposed to have, the power he's supposed to have, day one, we wouldn't even be in this situation we in, man. And then it led to us losing Amari, bro.
Yes.
It led to us losing Amari.
Right, let's get back to this defense, bro. You depressing us, bro. Bro.
That shit sad. That's why I said I better have to leave. I'm sorry.
Bro. You depressing us, man. Now we back depressed, bro. We back, but
damn, my bad.
But here we go. In terms of this defense better, it's a couple of things that I heard that's encouraging.
It's been good. We're getting great work against Mike Zimmer in the defense, just particularly with the, schematic challenge there. So that's been really good. It's been good. We're getting great work against Mike Zimmer in the defense, just particularly with the, schematic challenge there. So that's been really good. Full speed and the timing of it. So we're off to a good start. But yeah, I think, just like I said earlier with Tyler Smith and our guys need to work. We need pass rush every day. We need not.
And then the tight ends getting that work. Listen to this.
John Marshawn with the Athletics. What have you thought of Luke Schoonmaker and just how he's done coming back up, obviously dealing with a bunch of injuries?
Luke's having a good camp. I think just like anything, you really appreciate his skill set, especially when the pads come on. He's still growing in some of those areas, but the ability to be an anchor, on the line of scrimmage, particularly with our new defense, we're seeing a lot more 6 technique and 9 technique and different things where, particularly with our new defense, we're seeing a lot more 6 technique and 9 technique and different things where, particularly with our new defense, we're seeing a lot more 6 technique and 9 technique and different things where obviously the importance of as far as responsibility and the run blocking for the tight ends has increased. So Luke is, definitely one of our better guys there.
And see, it's a lot of what he was saying with those 6 and 9 technique attacks. That mean they really doing a good job of attacking through the edges. That's what let me know it's finna be a 4-3 defense. Because that's usually the fundamentals of a 4-3 defense is to attack through your edges. And they giving them a lot of looks to where they challenge them, but it's also giving those tight ends a lot of work. Like, they are really challenging. See, people got to keep in mind, we got the #1 offense in the league. And our defense is giving them some problems.
Yeah.
Yep.
True.
So check this out, and then we'll wrap it up. Check this out. This is the most encouraging thing I heard pretty much all week 1.
You got the same bite?
Well, I haven't had to use it much, but I probably got the same bite. But
see, people got to peep that.
You got the same bite?
Well, I haven't had to use it much, but I probably got the same bite. But no, I'm,
What does that say about your defense? And let me say something real quick. A lot of people are kind of annoying me. It's almost like they waiting on that moment for Zimmer to cut somebody out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you could tell they just waiting on that day for him to snap on somebody. But I love the fact that he said, yeah, man, I got it, but I ain't have to use it. What does it say about the discipline of your team when you ain't even got it? Go ahead.
It sounds like they buying in to me.
Right.
It sounds like they not only buying in, but they mindset is good enough. Their IQ is good enough to catch on. Because if it wasn't, Zim will be all over them. Because they got to get it right. You know what I'm saying? So if he hadn't had to use it, that means the defense as a whole, their IQ is up to par and they coachable and willing to learn.
Yep. I agree with that. I was just about to say that. I'm like, that means that they're buying in. And I think there was a lot of questions. Like, he's on a 1-year deal. Are these guys really going to listen to him? Because they know they're going to be here next year. And I'm like, well, I think one key was stripping away all those veterans and allowing these guys to actually compete, stripping away that wall that was before a lot of these guys. But I think also when you when you have a good coach, the good coach knows how to bring the best out of you. Like I said, I knew these players was bought in from before we even got to training camp, because if you listen to how they spoke about Zimmer's scheme, every single one of them said, I'm super excited because they want to be coached, they want to be held accountable, and they want to be used to their skill set. And I remember another thing that I think Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson said. They said one of Zim's favorite quotes is, fix it or I'll fix it for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a different type of coaching, you know, that has allowed our guys to really buy in, even though they don't know if he's going to be here next year or not, but they still trust Zimmer. They still trust Zimmer to bring out the best in them and to make them shine on the biggest stage, because I think our players are tired of getting their asses kicked on the biggest stage. I really do.
Facts. And it's one more thing I want to touch on before we wrap it up, because it's surprising, but it gotta be true because it's happening, right? My boy Malik Davis been looking pretty good, man. I've been banging for him.
Oh,
and
hell
look, no, listen. He getting starter reps. He getting first team reps and everything.
Oh, God.
Yes, he is. And he's looking decent. So I don't know what didn't happen. I don't know what didn't happen for him to come from the doghouse to be getting first team reps at all. But hey, that's something to keep an eye on. They called the ones up and Malik Davis was running the football. So hey, keep an eye on that.
I don't want to bust your bubble on that, but I did listen to them press conferences, and what they doing with the ones is they have a certain amount of reps that they want to see per player. So at this point of their install, it's no real ones. I'm just kind of putting it out there.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering. I know I did see him on the field with Dak getting a couple of handoffs.
You was ready to pat yourself on the back for Malik.
No, hey, I seen him making plays anyway, though. I seen him making plays outside of today anyway, though. But hey, it's something to keep an eye on.
Now, we want to borrow your eyes before we kind of close out of here, man. You was at camp today. What I saw from the blue and white scrimmage was also, to me, encouraging on Trey Lance. I felt like Trey Lance played better than what I was seeing earlier. What are you seeing out of Trey? Or is anything else that you watched out there that you need to bring to us that we ain't seeing? You know, obviously right now we leaning on your landlord. What you seeing out there?
I gotta admit what I seen with Trey. Like, he's still looking raw to me. He's still missing a lot of throws. He's gonna be a work in progress, man. He is. And we know he got the skeleton of a talented quarterback, but it's gonna take some time for him to get all the way right, man. It is. And I didn't see too many encouraging things from when I seen him get his reps. I just didn't. Like, the offense didn't move too many times. That's what I seen from the plays and the reps that I seen. And something that is encouraging, like I said, I must admit, Brandon Cooks was making plays out there. Jalen Tolbert was making plays. What's his name? Jalen Brooks was making plays. So, I mean, the wide receiving core, like, this is even more impressive when you think 88 ain't even out there. And they going up against a good defense.
Let me ask you a question and then start. If you got some questions for landlord while he out there, please jump in. But I said this today. I don't know who I was talking to, but I feel like Dak is hurting CD right now.
Bro, Dak, listen.
CD, bro. Because if I'm Jerry,
I don't think y'all.
If I'm Jerry,
go ahead.
I'm chilling, right? I'm chilling.
Man,
I'm over here like, I didn't know her. I'm watching Dak dot up this good defense. Why we gonna pay CD?
Man.
Chill out. Let's see if Dak can continue this.
Man, I'm telling you straight up. Y'all know I came to camp last year. Dak was doing good last year. But this year, man, I'm telling you, I seen Dak throw one ball that was behind, and it was to Jalen Brooks, and Jalen Brooks still caught the ball and almost went all the way to the house with it. So Dak has been stellar, man. I'm talking about almost every pass got the right amount of velocity. He's making great decisions. He putting the ball where it's supposed to be, man. Dak is looking great, y'all. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, y'all know Dak, my guy. But if he was not looking up the power right now, I'll tell the truth. Like, man, Dak is looking nice. And I see everybody around saying the same thing. I'm looking around like, man, do y'all see that? Y'all see that? You should have seen that seam throw he made, man. That was like, Dak is one of the, I'll just claim it, man. To me, Dak is the best seam ball thrower in the NFL, man. And that's something that people don't really realize or give him credit for. But he put that ball on a line, on a dot to Peyton Hill the shot, man. And he dropped it. Everybody was like, oh, it was just kind of deflating, man, because it was such a perfect pass. You got to bring them in. But he connecting with Brandon Cooks all day long. Like, it's looking second nature now. Jalen Tolbert looked like he taking another step, bro. Like, I talked to him today. I'm like, man, you look like you ready now. He said, you ready to take over that number 3 wide receiver role? And I don't know if it was Mark Holmes or either Craven. It was somebody behind me. They was like, well, number 2. Then he was like, yeah, I'm ready for number 2. I was like, I said, go take it all then. So he like, that's what we trying to do. Like, he said, I'm confident, man. Jalen talking like he ready to take that next step, man. And he looking like it too. He looking like it. Yeah.
What you got, Star, for landlord? What you got? Because I
was over here trying to think. I'm like,
I ain't got time. I got something else that you took.
Keep going, boss. I don't think I got no questions.
I got something for him. So I've been, obviously doing mini camp and OTAs. We've been hearing about Turpin.
Yeah.
And we wasn't hearing about Jalen. What Turpin looking like?
Turpin made some plays today too. Like, he's still separating. I talked to him personally too. Asked him how he feeling about his chances of being in that wide receiver role. And he said he like his chances. He said he feeling good. And I told him, man, I know, to me, you the spark plug of this offense, man. We need you to be, inside this offense and use the right way, man. And we seen Mike McCarthy actually do some of them things. Like, he didn't take it up to a 10 level, but to see Turpin making plays as a wide receiver at all is foreign for us. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is new. That was new last year. So you got to give Mike credit for year one even involving Turpin at all. We had Turpin for how long? And we seen him do nothing on the offense. A reverse here and now. Right?
Man, stop.
We didn't really,
us, bro. Don't go back to
no. I'm just saying. My bad, but I'm just saying we seen Mike McCarthy take a step forward with Turpin and utilizing him last year. And before that, we didn't see anything. So we know this year he probably even going to take a step even further with Turpin. So I'm excited about that.
How Mozzie look?
I'm going to be real with you. I seen him on the drills over there when I first got over there. Mozzie coming off the ball way better. And he coming with some strength. Like, listen, I said it on my live screen. My live screen wasn't showing the best. And I hate that. But I'm going to be real. Listen, like you said, I trust my eyes, right? We watching it on the live. I said, oh, it was one particular rep. I said, ooh. Mozzie came off then, and he coming with some power. Guess what happened after that? Coach, after the rep, coach patted him on the back and gave him a high five. Like, I know what I'm looking for, boss. I said, "Ooh, that was a good one." Coach gave him a high five and said, "That's what I'm looking for." I said, "All right, I know what I'm looking at. I know what I'm looking for." And that was just evident. It's on my live screen. I don't know if you can see it that good, but it is what it is. But Mozzie coming out the ball looking good, playing with some power, man. He is. So hopefully he can translate that into the preseason and build on that, man. Because like Micah said, we need him. It's no other way around that.
Star, you got something yet?
I got a question. I
knew you would. I said, Star, go ahead.
So there was a clip going around where it looked like our defensive line got destroyed. Did you see that clip? You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if John Machota or whoever posted it, but it basically looked like I didn't think too much of it because it felt like the offense and the defense is going back and forth. But today, for the first time, I felt like the running game was actually starting to get going. What did you see anything with the running game? Like Zeke was breaking away for runs. From what they showed on the clips, but I want to know what was you seeing in practice?
Like I said, I seen Malik make a couple plays, but I did see Zeke make a run. So like my vantage point was from the opposite side of the field. And they was practicing on the far side of the field. But I did get over there. But I was like on the opposite side. They was all the way down and I was all the way over this way. So I still got to see a decent amount. But I did see Zeke make a couple of good runs. And I seen Malik make a couple of good runs. But they was doing most of the run sets with the 2s and the 3s. Dak was throwing the ball most of the times. Like Dak was throwing and running around. Yeah, Dak was in his bag.
Okay.
So
did you see Chuma at all? Look like Chuma's. I'm getting kind of. I'm not hyping Chuma. Obviously, we know he made some dumb decisions, especially in that Dolphins game where it's like he didn't know the plays. But they got clips of him going against D-Law. We got clips of him going against Mike, and it seems like Chuma is holding his own.
He did look like he got a little bit better start. I said the same thing.
It looked like he got a little bit better.
He looked like he had a good offseason. Just keep it real.
I'm gonna have to see them clips. I'm gonna have to see them clips. Cause no, I didn't see him doing bad. Like I said, my vantage point, I couldn't see the offense of line.
Okay.
Cause think about this. From where I'm sitting at, I was behind the defense. So the offensive line was on the other side. You see what I'm saying? So I couldn't really see them from my vantage point. But tomorrow, they supposed to be on the closer field. So I should be able to see a lot more tomorrow.
And I'm going to tell y'all right now, I trust landlord eyes more than I trust a majority of the media people eyes. Because see, a lot of people that was hating on Mozzie, I ain't going to say hating. A lot of people that had reports on Mozzie, I remember I remember them same people opinions on Terrence Steele.
Yep.
That's in the media. And see, some of them people I actually sent my film breakdown to. So I don't trust them like I trust landlord. I'm being all the way honest. And they was wrong about Terrence Steele for a long time.
So look, the way you can say it, I say that you can prove that I'm trustworthy. If anybody follow me, name the players that I give the most hell. And Michael I gave them props today. I gave them props today.
Cooks.
I gave them props today. Yeah, I did. People, and that go totally against what my brand, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I just gotta be honest with what I see. I'm giving my honest analysis.
Right.
And I gave the wide receivers much. No, that's not my mission. Right. I want this team to do good. Right. I just, like I said, we get a little married and attached to our ideals because we done so much research and we just feel like this way will work. But we know it's more than one way to skin a cat. We understand that. But at the same time, it just get frustrating when you feel like yourself that they didn't address any of the stuff that you had concerns with. Now, do that mean none of the things that they betting on gonna work? That don't mean that. That just mean that landlord from Alabama don't trust it. That's all that means. I don't trust it until I see it. That's all that means. That's why I do all of this whining and complaining about it, because they didn't do what I wanted and I don't trust it. But if I go out there and see it, okay, congratulations, you convinced me. Good job. That's how it works. I'm not up here gonna turn a blind eye to something that I didn't agree with. I'm not gonna do that. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's goofy. If I dog out Brandon Cooks every day and he go out here and just go crazy, I'm gonna be like, hey man, I was wrong. I'm gonna be the first person to come up here and apologize and say, hey man, you're not gonna be 100% right in this business. He proved me wrong and he deserved to get his props. That's how I am. That's how I go.
How's Zeke look?
Zeke was looking burst on a couple of runs. But you know, they ain't really trying to hit like that. So I kind of want to, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see this scrimmage Thursday. That's what I want to see. I don't know if the ones gonna really play. Is the ones planning to play?
They gotta play. They gotta play.
Versus the Rams? Yeah, they gonna be playing.
Yeah, they playing.
No, they doing a scrimmage, a joint practice. I mean, joint practice scrimmage.
Joint practice.
Oh, and tease. I got a tease. Landlord is coming back after that too. So Thursday we doing Boss Land. We lunching Boss Land again for 2024. He's gonna be recapping the joint practice. You go get this again, but it's gonna be after the joint practice, so it's gonna be fresh and hot through the eyes of the landlord.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
So
and landlord too. Will you watch? Sorry, Buck, but will you watch the center battle closely? Because I've been going hard on Twitter for my guy Cooper B, because I believe. Go ahead.
I was just about to say I talked to both of them today about the center position, Brock Hoffman and Cooper BB. I'm talking about. I asked them at least 2-3 questions apiece, and Brock, I ain't gonna lie, Brock got a certain swag about himself. He like he kind of feel like he know he like that. You know what I'm saying? He like Brock kind of feel like he that dude or something. I ain't saying that he is, but that's the way he go about himself. It just feel like he like you gonna have to take this. Like you gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? You he gonna die about it. Like, and Cooper, to be honest, like Cooper seemed like such a genuine young man. He seemed respectable. Like he look at you dead in your eyes, answering every question. Like he seemed like a great kid. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he ready to battle with Hoffman like that right now.
Hoffman kind of remind me of that dude that you'll get in a foxhole with.
He look, I'm talking about they almost polar opposite far as the attitude and the feel. Yeah, Brock over there like, man. Yeah, it's polar opposite. Yeah. They opposite.
Yeah, I think
and like you need that dog to be a center.
I think you was right, Star, what you said last week when we did that show that and I was talking to my boy Blackwell about this. Your boy Cooper BB need to be just as ready to play that guard as he need to be to play that center. For real. Either guard.
I think, you
gonna skip TJ Bass?
Nah. I'm just
because I talked to TJ Bass, like if he can't win this center position, TJ Bass the first guard up.
No, I was just saying he need to be ready. That's all. I'm just like,
okay.
The more positions you can play, the more you increase your chances of playing.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't see them. I see Cooper being the swing. If Cooper does not win the center position, I do see them putting Cooper as a swing guard. I just feel like the way that Cooper BB's getting covered, I think a lot of it's kind of overblown, because even here how y'all talk, and I know there's no biases, but Brock just has a certain way about him. You know, he got this certain swag, like he got this toughness. I think a lot of people are really into him. So they not really. Cooper BB's flaws is being exacerbated. Brock Hoffman is being reported that he's looking perfect. But when I compared his snaps versus Cooper's, now granted, Cooper may have an errant snap here or there, but I'm like, Brock Hoffman's snaps is, it's not perfectly dead in the center of the quarterback's hands. It looks exactly like how Cooper BB is snapping. And then my only issue is this: in the run game, I get that snapping is important, but I said, listen, we picked up Cooper BB for a reason, because we had a pristine snapper. Do y'all remember a ball on the ground from Tyler Biadasz last year? I don't think so. I don't remember him having a bad snap at all, but I do remember him not being able to anchor well and getting pushed in Dak's lap. I do remember him being unable to down block. And when I'm looking at Brock Hoffman, now in the individual drills, I'm looking at the same type of stuff that happened with Tyler Biadasz. He can anchor, but his anchor is just slowly being pushed back 1, 2, 3, right into Dak's lap. And I'm like, if we don't have nobody that, but really it's coming down to the run game. If we don't have a center that can down block, we're effed. And I don't care how great, how swaggy Brock Hoffman is, how his leadership, and I love that. I appreciate Brock Hoffman for what he's done, but I'm like, do you have the capability? Because I know Cooper BB I'm looking at Cooper, I'm like, his anchor ain't getting pushed back. He's moving. He knows he's got the technique. He's turning and sealing him right out of that hole. So that's the only thing. And I'm like, listen, if Brock Hoffman wins the battle fair and square, I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, it should have been Cooper's job." If the coaches really think Brock Hoffman is better, but the thing is, I'm like, it's nepotism going around because I'm thinking about, will we be able to run the ball with Brock Hoffman consistently? That's my only.
No, the thing about it is, the thing about it is, for my own sanity, I want Cooper BB to win. This is what I'm telling you, because in my head, I'm like, we could have used that pick for somebody else. That's what I'm thinking about. So I'm praying that he shut me up and win that position. So I'm really rooting for him to win it. You know what I'm saying? Just for my own sanity, so I can deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Because they, like I told you, we got 17 offensive linemen on this team, man. And I was mad about it. We got not being hyperbolic. If I'm not mistaken, we got like 15, 16 O-linemen on this team. And we know, of course, you might need that many, but how many we're not going to use? So why you spending premium picks on them guys? Come on, man. If he's not going to be a starter.
Well, let me add something to it, too. It's still early, man.
It is.
They still installing. Like,
yep, that's true. Mike did say
this is still a competition.
Yeah.
We
I'm just worried, boss. Like, is it really
I
though?
feel you. Yeah.
I'm like, is it? But I'm like, is Brock Hoffman even gonna play in preseason? Because if he don't play in preseason, Solari gave him that job. Like, it's his job. Period.
No,
like
but
if he don't play in preseason,
I still
okay,
wholeheartedly believe if you win the crowd, you win your freedom. I heard so many times somebody's name get pumped up to heaven. You know who the first person that got their name pumped up? Kellen Moore, when he was playing. And guess who had to beat him out of nowhere? Cooper Rush. People forgot that was the first time Cooper Rush was on the stage. Cooper Rush had the second highest passing rating out of all quarterbacks, and that was Mahomes was a rookie with him and Deshaun Watson. He had a better passing rating than Deshaun Watson and Mahomes. I'm talking about Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush was battling to take out Kellen Moore, who was a son, and he was a son then. Hoffman would never be loved as much as Kellen Moore, and he got beat out. You gotta win it. You gotta win it, and it's early. And it starts with, in my opinion, the joint practice. Like when you going against the opponent, practice is cool. That's cool. First 2 or 3 days of pass, that's cute. Now, what happened when these other guys, when the real enemy come in? Which one of y'all really get like that? Let's get it. Who dirting people right now? Or are we gonna lean on he's a leader? It's a competition.
Yeah, you're right. It is early, like, so, you know, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? I just left practice, so I ain't saying this is all, you know what I'm saying, the final decisions of how I'm gonna feel. So, you know, like you said, it's super early, so, you know, we got to temper them expectations and hold your horses just a little bit. But, you know, we going off what we seeing right now at this second. And right now at this second, it looks like they favoring Brock Hoffman. Right now, at this second. Now, I ain't saying I agree with that or not. I'm just telling you what the reality is. Like, I don't agree with a lot of things go on in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't agree with a lot of stuff. That don't mean it's not happening. So, you know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. That's just what's going on right now.
Let's go ahead and give our final words, man.
Let's do it.
All right, so kick it off. Well, we'll let you go last because you actually in training camp. I'll kick it off.
Okay.
I'm gonna kick it off. So listen, y'all, we provided a whole lot of evidence today, in my opinion. I just don't see how we can really go look at the details of what's going on right now, where you can hear the IQ of Micah Parsons literally growing in your face. Because 2 months ago, it was a lot of people saying he don't like the classroom. Almost made him sound like a total goofball, right? Like he just kind of walking around the facility like, and then you listen to him and you hearing nothing but pure intelligence and a hunger for knowledge. just pure.
Just about breakfast with Zimmer and all that. Can you take us inside? Like, you get literally at the table? Are you in a meeting room?
We're in the meeting room. We're in the trailer. As soon as team meeting break, me, Zim, Paul, Trey, we eating breakfast, going through. I mean, I would say, a big difference is I'm not just learning the defense. They got me learning just understanding defense as a whole, understanding protection plans, understanding why the slide's going to be under here, where's my real opportunity going to be at, why they're going to ID the mic, why they're bringing down the safety, and why it changes to the mic, and why they might slide to that side instead of our side, and why the blitz is coming this way.
Does that sound dumb to you? Does that sound like a person that don't like the classroom? Does that Micah Parsons have any notes in front of him as he's talking about why they identifying the mic, why they sliding protection this way, why they having a corner running this and the safety do this with no notes? Does that sound like somebody who don't love the game?
That sounds like somebody who's enthralled with the defense and comprehending well. That's what it sounds like to me.
So when we ask the question, is the Dallas Cowboys defense better? We can start with the leaders of this team and say absolutely yes. We can also say that this team and his defense is absolutely better because guess who we getting back? We getting back somebody, to me, that was an obvious number one corner. Because I do like DeRon Bland, but DeRon Bland didn't have to fight the wars that this man did. This man was always going against the number one threat. And nobody ever took him off that threat. When it was him versus DJ Moore, he had it the whole game. When it was him versus D. Smith, it was him the whole game. When it was AJ, it was him the whole game. We got him back. He got a slight gimmick, but it's early. How can you say our defense not better? When you look at the fact that we gonna be playing our playmakers up to 60 to 70%, how is that not better? When you look at your whole defense, understanding why they do what they do, not having tunnel vision in just their own position, how can we not say that this defense is going to be better? And when we look at the fact that the real problem with us in the playoffs was never Dak Prescott, for all the people that believe that goofy stat that a quarterback's supposed to carry a whole damn team to a win in the playoffs. That's the dumbest, goofiest argument for or against a quarterback of all time. It takes a whole team to win in the playoffs. That's why when you look at all these legends, all of them struggled when their defense couldn't do their part. So the focus of smart people like Star, Landlord, and Boss Cowboy Sports is the real corporate and the real deterrent of our Super Bowl chances, and that was our defense and never Dak Prescott. So my final words is I'm happy because you know what? We are better. That's my final word. Hey. I see us as better. I'm finna enjoy this season. And I can see us taking another step in the playoffs. And we guaranteeing Super Bowls? Nah. But if you telling me that the foundation of greatness is not forming, you just jaded over Green Bay and nothing gonna change you. That's my final word.
I'll go next.
That was dope.
I think I agree 100% what you said, boss. I think last year, and they talked about it, it's like our defense, and I'm not going to say names, but there were certain reporters out there saying that our defense was low IQ, right? That they weren't very smart guys. Similar reporters said Micah don't like sitting in the classroom. He don't even sit in he just walk, like you said, just walks around everybody. And I hate that because I feel like the media, it can be so hard with them because it's like sometimes they reporting truth and sometimes they report personal feelings. Yeah, it's wee-woo. You're reporting personal feelings. You're reporting opinions, things to just get a rise out of people. And it's like some of the stuff that they was reporting is the reason why some Cowboy fans hate Micah Parsons to this day. They literally hate him and are saying, let's get rid of him. Let's trade him. That's right. They're not even listening to these interviews to see Micah is a different person. If you listen to how Micah is talking, he's a different person. He's not that same kid, but they're not really they don't even want to listen to Micah because they're like, yeah, shut up, get him off our team, trade him, let's get 2 to 3 first-round picks, all this crazy stuff. So 100%, I think that our defense is going to be better, and we're going to be better because we got the right coach in place.
Yeah,
it's not the talent, and I'm not saying we're the most talented team, the best talented roster in the league. But what I am saying is what we're seeing now, guys, is we do have smart players. Damone Clark is a smart player. He's not stupid. He's not dumb. He's not talentless. He has a lot of talent, but he didn't have the right coach that could guide him. And then on top of that, people say front office didn't make no moves this offseason. Well, they did make one move, and that was Eric Kendricks. And I think Eric Kendricks is still top 10 middle linebacker in this league. And you can hear from Damone, from DeMarvion Overshown, from Maris, how he is guiding these kids, and he's really showing them the game. So not only do they have Zimmer and Paul Gunther helping them, they also finally have a middle linebacker. We have a true middle linebacker, and we haven't really had that since Sean Lee. That's why I think our defense is just going to be they're going to be light years better. Then you got young talent. You got Maris Leah Fallon. This is guys that we got clips of. This man he literally pancake Tyler Smith the other day. Like, I just think there's a lot, and I'm not hype. I know Tyler Smith is all pro. I'm not disrespecting Tyler Smith, but I'm just saying we have talent on this team.
A linebacker to run through Tyler Smith, that's just a pure headhunter.
Man, I ain't even aware of that one. That's insane.
Right. He's a headhunter, and Rome got another clip of him blowing somebody up. Like, we have.
Hold on, stop.
I hate to say it.
Stop.
Go.
I gotta cut you off with landlord. Didn't I tell you that was gonna happen on draft day, bro? Remember I said that?
You said it. Yeah, you was ecstatic about Louis Fowl. You remember I had to go look at him. So yeah.
But I told you.
What number he wearing? He wearing 43?
I told people. I said he gonna blow people up in camp. I knew it.
What number he wearing? 43?
I think it's 43.
If it's 43, I seen 43 lay some wood on somebody today. I said, who is that? No. I couldn't tell who it was at the time. You know what I'm saying? But 43 hit somebody today. I was like, oh, because it stick out like a sore thumb when you really hit somebody, because they're not hitting like that. Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah, right. You was still on your final word.
Actually.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but I think Maris is in the 30, so I think that 43 might have been big game. James got Julius Wood, because I heard that he's a hard hitter. But anyway, the defense is better. My final word is the defense is better because we finally got a coach. It's just like when Mike McCarthy came, we finally got a coach that understands how to beat the best in this league. Ooh. We have a coach with pedigree who understands what it takes, how these guys need to be coached, and they're 100% buying in. For a hard-nosed coach to say, I don't really have to correct them much, because these players are 100% bought into this man, because again, they know that he's going to make them a better player. And if we have a coach that can make our guys a better player, and we have a coach that can stop getting out coached in the biggest games, then we will be in the NFC Championship by the end of the year at least. That's my final word.
Love it.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to Stargazer with the insight, man. You do a great job. I think you're one of the underrated minds we got in the space for real. So good job on what you're doing over there. But man, first and foremost, like I said, I'm kind of crippled to the point where I can't see nothing going on my channel. So if you did anything, you know what I'm saying, any kind of support, y'all been doing great, taking care of your boy while I've been out here, man. So I appreciate all the love and support. And you know what I'm saying, I can't really talk about it right now, but I will go back and adjust them. It's $landlord723. Yeah. But
hold on real quick.
I did want to get that out the way.
Man, bless landlord, man. I mean that, man. Y'all show love, man. That dude, he giving us a lot. Look, it's even starting to turn dark out there, man. He's still rocking with us, man.
Yeah, man. But I did want to make sure I gave gave the people that's supporting and watching on my channel over there in the trap. Shout out to y'all. But man, I will say I'm gonna start off like I said. Shout out to Law for how he looking out for everybody in the space, not being a gatekeeper. He kicking doors down, letting his people in like a real one, man. So shout out to Law Nation for that. Great experience. Me and Mark Holmes today. Met Cowboys fan again. A lot of these great content creators in the space, man. So it's been a humbling experience. It's been a great experience, especially after everything I went through to get here. I told you I took every method of transportation to get here. I took a boat, took a plane, I rode a canoe, rode a bike, a scooter. I had to do everything to get here. Went through 16 Airbnbs, and today it was all worth it when I got out there. So it made everything worth it. All the stuff I went through to get here and to be here, it made it all worth it. So I'm gonna start with saying that. But my final word would be, I'll say this. The reason that the title of your show is true, the defense is better, because for one, we got a coach that know how to run a sound, disciplined operation. That's first and foremost. Number two, you got a real traditional green dot. Kendricks, I don't care what you say. You might think he ain't up to par as far as his talent and all that stuff. I know he long in the tooth, but that dude is a second coach on the field. He will make sure everybody's lined up right. He gonna make sure everybody's where they supposed to be. That alone is gonna make your whole defense better ASAP. Then you add on the fact that your whole linebacker core is better. You got Overshawn playing out of his mind. You got Kendricks right there playing out of his mind. You got Louisville right here. You got a lot of good, real linebackers, contrary to what we had last year. We didn't even have real linebackers. And look, Damone Clark taking steps forward. I don't even know where he gonna fit now. I don't know what Louisville gonna fit. Like, we got linebackers to choose from now. And another thing that make us better, the fact that Mike Zimmer is teaching everybody why. And like I said, the only way you can disguise and manipulate coverages and bait quarterbacks and all of this good stuff is for everybody to be on the same accord and everybody to know everybody's job. That's the only way. And you add that with the fact that we got some of the best ball hawks in the history of the football league. We seen Deron Bland break history being a ball hawk. We seen Trevon Diggs almost break history. Like, we got two of the greatest ball hawks the NFL ever seen. We can really say that and not even be hyperbolic. Now, when you add that with the fact that our defensive coordinator can make disguises, roll coverage, I'm talking about doing all this exotic stuff with Micah and Overshawn and Dono, it could be a great thing and a great upgrade with just having Mike Zimmer over Dan Quinn, who got reluctant and who got complacent, moving Micah around and stuff like that. So those are some of the main reasons why I will say I feel way better about this defense. If we could just get the offense to do the same thing as last year, this team will be better, boss. And like, I know, look, before I came out here, I probably would have fought you tooth and nail when you just said what you said. Like, you know, we don't hide from smoke. You already know that. Me and you, we got a relationship to where if you don't agree with me, you gonna stop it. Like, nope, we ain't gonna let that happen. Right. So I would have fought you tooth and nail saying we're gonna take a step further. But if all the things fall right, if all this tangible stuff that the defense gonna have, because I don't feel like we're gonna be flashy like that, but we still gonna get turnovers because of the disguise and the complexities of the defense. But if we can be tangible, it's gonna be unstoppable, man. It's gonna be unstoppable what Zim could do with this defense. The only thing we lacking is a defensive tackle, but we know scheme can cover up some of those wounds and them scars. Yeah, scheme can cover it up. But that's my final word, man. I really do feel like this defense is better, and I feel real better about the overall team now. I really do. So that's my final word.
So we do got the final word tomorrow. We got Terrence Parsons coming out on Wednesday. We got Landlord coming back on Thursday after the scrimmage. So that's gonna be very interesting. So I do got some videos out there if y'all need to catch up Y'all need to go check some of these videos out, man. It's some very, very insightful stuff, especially this one on Paul Gunther. That's one that I know a lot of people is sleeping on. But, man, I sure appreciate y'all greatly, man. Star Landlord, man. We out. Y'all take it easy, man, and we go do this again real soon, man. It's your boy, Boss Cowboy Sports with Landlord and Stargazer. Peace.
Boss Cowboy Sports.
Appreciate that, Landlord.
With your voice.
Already, man. I appreciate y'all.
Man, you came through, bro.
Appreciate you, Landlord.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Good surprise.
Moving too bossy, we don't tread softly, but not flossy, The streets that taught me, moving too bossy, we don't tread softly, but not flossy, The streets that taught me, I'm just trying to get my nigga paid. We came from Section 8, and I knew I was at since the 2nd grade. Man, I swear my time is coming, cause I'm never late. Came from broken homes and broken dreams to getting paid. Love, dollar bill, listen close, this is not a drill. Cause hungry trying to get a meal. I've been in light, who gon' pay a bill? I've been in action, been in traction, surplus with niggas lacking, shining light but still be blacking, red lights will stop the action, green to go, even when it's slow. Higher heights to balance out the lows, can't ride the wave